I mean, I could also just hit the button like I just did, and we'd be talking and live on everything, and just go from there. But that might be rude to just go ahead and start without telling anybody that we're doing that.
Yeah.
You would never.
I would never just go live and switch over to the main screen with all of us and our microphones being there and me checking everything to make sure that we're live on all of this happening. But yeah, it must be working because I can hear myself in somebody's phone in the background streaming. Which would probably be myself.
It's you watching
me.
you. Amazing.
Because I have it over here on my YouTube trying to make sure that it works properly. All right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Legends of the Making. And tonight we have a special treat. Our very own Coley is going to read the recap for all of us from last session. The most epic of all sessions. And welcome to all our new subscriber. We're so glad to have you here. Hey!
Yay, 1 subscriber.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
All right, when you're ready, Coley, let it go.
Right. In the dawning light of a grime-tinted warehouse, our heroes, accompanied by the buzzing dance of vacious homunculi, began their day in a scene that blended the chaotic and the homely. Their morning was thrown into action with a shattered beaker, sparking a series of interactions that ranged from comical to contemplative.
It's not so easy,
so
is it?
good.
We only took 3 tries. Wait a minute. Okay. They plotted their course for the day, aiming to seek answers from Laius and untangle the mystery of Dick and the Codex Aternus, all while navigating the complexities of their identities and pasts. The group's journey took them to Central Park. They encountered hidden guardians and gained passage to meet Laius, who wove a story through time of magic and loss, hinted at Frankie's mysterious heritage and the deep magics of Erda. Their audience with Laius unfurled amidst the enchanted woods of Central Park, where tales of love, ancient history, and personal revelations blended into their quest for understanding. As laughter and wine lightened their spirits, deeper conversations emerged.
Some more than
They
others.
learned of Laius. What?
Said the wine hit some more than others.
Yeah.
They learned of Laius's past love and the intertwined fates of those within the Shenu. Frankie, grappling with her identity, found both answers and new questions in Laius's cryptic words. Their exploration led them to Belvedere Castle, a monument of love's complexities and unfulfilled promises, where the urban fantasy of their adventure deepened. Propelled by their discoveries, the Brawlers contemplated their next steps, considering the Shadow Bar and other secretive factions for guidance. A confrontation with Frankie's mother revealed tangled threads of her origin, blending the ordinary with the supernatural. Amidst familial strife and hidden diaries, they uncovered hints of Frankie's enigmatic birth, suggesting a lineage touched by magic. Will Frankie reconcile with her mom? Will Vash find a new job? Will Amber be able to remember her own name? Once the dice are known, on tonight's episode of
Yay! You did so good!
I feel like this is a thing now.
This is the thing now. Somebody will have to, whoever tells me, like, I can't remember what we did last session, you get to read the recap.
I also started an official Dick count, and we're at 1. Well, 2, because I just said it.
Oh.
I really love us.
Here we go.
Yep. This is a warning for the night. Do not start a drinking game with that name. We will not be held we are being held harmless for any deaths from intoxication. It's gonna be a great night. I can talk already great too. All right. So, with that being said, you find yourselves. Where am I? There we go. You find yourselves in Ma's cozy apartment, nestled in the heart of Tribeca, New York City. The room is filled with an air of mystery as you process the revelation that Ma is Frankie's mother, born from an inexplicable and perhaps magical conception. The walls adorned with trinkets from distant lands. No, not from distant lands. Trinkets from years of living in New York City seem to whisper maybe secrets or maybe just it's junk. While the scent of her cigarettes waft through the air, Ma's eyes hold a glint of of curiosity, pain, and confusion as she's trying to understand why her daughter would question her own birthright. As you gather around the worn wooden table of the small apartment, the pieces of mysterious lineage begin to fall in and out of place, igniting a sense of wonder and curiosity in your hearts. What would you like to do? So to remember, we left off with Amber finding a diary that wrote out that basically Ma was pregnant with Frankie, and Vash was able to confirm it by cross-referencing the birth certificate that Ma showed with the public records of scanned documents of the hospital and everything to prove 100% that, yeah, Frankie, Ma gave birth to Frankie.
How long am I intoxicated for?
I'm gonna say at least another hour or two, maybe.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Cool.
I don't know that Ma's going to tell us anything else. I think she's told us everything that she knows. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes? Everybody, yes?
Let's say,
Yeah, if we push any harder on anything, I'm sure it'll just strain your guys' relationship more than we've already done damage to it.
I don't think we gained any information from her. She told us everything we already knew.
We learned a couple things.
Like?
Like, there's something going on, considering I'm a full elf and I came out of Ma.
Someone inserted an elf into Mom's tummy. Uterus.
Ugh.
Whatever. Didn't happen the old-fashioned way. You know what I mean?
Just like the book I talked about last time.
Mm-hmm. Except not just like the book.
Oh.
Trust me, Ma's not the Virgin Mary.
Ma walks up just at that point. She's like, now I'm not your mother, and now I'm not the virgin. Well, okay, I guess that's true. I'm going to go down to the bodega and get some ingredients and make you all a nice little dinner, if that's okay. All right? Because, Vash, you're looking pecked. You really do need to eat more.
Yeah, I was dead for a little bit, so it made things very awkward.
You were what?
Yeah, I died. It was not fun. But everybody brought me back. That's why I think I'm looking peckish. Thank you, though.
Frankie, I can never. I mean, he uses all this slang lingo. I don't ever understand it. It's perfectly fine.
You know how kids talk these days, Ma.
I know. I'm trying to be hip to the jive, but you just don't understand. I mean, I don't get it all the time. But
Ma,
I'll be
would
back.
you mind bringing back some of the orange juice? The orange drink?
Oh, orange drink. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I want to know.
I'll take another drink.
You've had enough, Amber. You're perfectly good. You've drank for the entire group. We're pretty good on that one, I think. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Don't you guys leave, okay? She heads out.
So what do we do next?
So...
We got to figure out more. of
I
what's
think we
going
get
on.
the scrying ball. Globe thing.
How long is that going to take for us to go down underground and come back up, though?
It
We've
wasn't
got to
too
get
long.
it.
It wasn't that long. Anyways, are we on a time crunch?
Aren't we always? The longer you walk around, the more chance Dick has of finding you're still alive.
That is very true. But my disguise is great. No?
Your
Oh,
disguise is all right.
okay, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
It's.
So under folk we go.
I was gonna say it's a Tuesday, so you guys know.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. It's
So we're
Tuesday
going
in
down
game
on
and
a
today.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Will we be back up before Wednesday?
You could, or you could stay down there again. Whatever you want to do on that one.
Well, when we go down, are we going to want to talk to Fancy Pants too, milady? Or do we just want to go see
She
our
didn't seem
favorite
very
shop?
helpful on the rock.
I agree with that.
But
Okay. So to the Underdark to get the scry.
And then maybe we enlist the Gutrackers to help us out. I mean, we do have an invitation to meet their leader.
Or do we go see Aurora?
I don't think we should see Aurora.
I think we should go to the
Why,
Gutrackers.
Bash?
why?
You wanna
Why
see
no Aurora?
Bash?
I don't know. I don't think she likes me very much. So, but that's pretty much par for the course
How
with everybody.
how many
But she
people
thinks
that
you're
we've met
dead.
do like you?
See, exactly. And I don't think that we should. She seems very powerful. So I don't
So
think
should we not just see anybody? Not visit anybody whatsoever. No one.
Well, that's, I mean, statistically, if we wouldn't have met everybody in the first place, we wouldn't even be here and having this conversation. So,
What fun is that? We should definitely go see Aurora.
all right. Well, then, which one do we do first? Do we want to see Aurora first, or do we want to go down to the Underdark?
Well, I think we can go down to the Underdark first.
Underdark.
Not Underdark, Under City.
Under
Under-
Subterra with the Underfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
works.
It's dark and it's underneath everything. It's fine.
Yeah. Too much Boulder's Gate.
Yeah, Boulder's Gate. Trademark on the
Fine.
Underdark.
100%.
Yeah.
I finally made it out of there.
Yay! Perfect. Well, you all then head off to the abandoned subway station for City Hall. You're able to then head into the station like you normally are and sit there for a little while, and the next thing you know, you hear this squeaking sound farther down the train tracks, and a little as you see Henry on his trolley cart deal, huffing and puffing, trying to make his way up the top of the hill, and he finally comes over the top. It comes up and he's like, City Hall. And you see a couple of dark elves hop off, and a Dwargar and a dark gnome get off of the trolley and just scurry off on their way, kind of not even looking, trying to pay attention, not even making eye contact with the rest of you. And he looks over and he goes, Coley. Frankie.
Henry.
Hey, Henry. And I'm just gonna go up and like fist bump him.
His just one finger kind of hits up against it. What need?
Can we get a ride?
Oh, got ticket? And he kind of winks whenever he does that.
Yes.
Yes. He did give us 5 tickets last time when we left. He like slid them.
You go, oh, okay. And he kind of looks at you and goes, just kind of sheepishly puts his head down and goes, "Got a trinket?" Okay, if not.
Do I still have the bust?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the bust out of my bag and hand it to Henry. I feel like they'd be friends.
He just looks at it and he's go, "Oh, this is nice." He doesn't know to tap it on the head or anything, so he's just.
And I'm gonna tap it.
Oh, and immediately you're like, "Hi, I'm the great one. What must you ask of me?" And literally, just Henry kind of looks at him and goes, "Oh, friend," and just shoves him in his pocket. You just hear.
Love that guy. Love that guy.
Oh, the board. So you guys.
Choo choo.
And you guys are all able to hop on. Go from there. So, all right. Well, Henry has Bonbon now. That's fun. Yeah, hop on, get in the back of this kind of ancient trolley cart that he has like a oversized tricycle attached to the front of it, and you guys hear on the front of it just like, "Hold on," and you hear like you're not moving, but you just hear this metal screeching against metal as he starts like trying to get things going with pedaling on it, and as he pedals faster, all of a sudden it starts catching traction. You guys move forward, and then all of a sudden it just kind of tilts down and then just circles to the right, and you guys are just going in this huge spiral circle down and down and down and down and down into the depths. And Amber, roll me a con save. Trying to beat a
All right.
16.
Cool. Sorry, it was not on my player page
You're okay.
yet. I've also discovered I have the worst internet on the planet.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's really incredible. Okay. 'Where did you go? 12.
Yeah, so with that, as you're about hitting the third loop, you feel what amount of food and liquid is in your stomach start to rise up into your throat. You pull it back down, but it's too late. It's gone too far, and you just lose everything on the floor in front of everybody.
But do I feel better?
Roll me another, I don't know, what would this be? Roll me a clarity of mind check. No. We'll say
Medicine?
Medicine. Yeah, roll me a medicine.
or-
We'll just put it under medicine.
4.
No.
Yeah.
You're getting dizzier. Like you're holding back, but it's now like almost like a dry heave as it keeps just going down and down and down in this spiral. And Henry's just kind of chucking along on the front of it, having a good old
She's
time.
also chucking along in the back. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm aware enough to like really know what I just did. So I'm just like staring ahead, eyes open,
Yeah.
not
You guys also,
processing.
as this is all happening, you do hear up from Henry's pocket as Bonbon is thoroughly freaking out at the moment from whatever's happening in there.
Vash reaches in his backpack and pulls out a wool hop napkin and just kind of hands it to Amber.
Thanks.
No problem.
So it's a good, 5-10 minutes of this just going down on all this, and then the next thing you know, it kind of starts to level out, and you guys pull into the Subterra station, and you're, all of a sudden, he's backpedaling this huge screech as it just kind of and screeches right into Subterra Station. And Henry goes, Subterra. And he kind of, as you guys are getting off, he's like, don't forget check in. Don't want
Thanks,
trouble.
Henry.
Thank you.
We're going there right now.
Huh?
We're going there right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that napkin that Vash gave me and attempt to clean up my throw up, but I obviously one napkin is not enough to take care of myself and the stuff on the ground, and apologize to Henry. And
Henry kind of looking
toss
back
him
at
a
that
coin.
moment, he goes, Amber, okay?
I don't know.
Oh, I got Amber. I clean up. It's okay.
Thanks, Henry.
It's okay. You see him kind of walk over to off to the side. There's a spigot on the side of the station, and you see him grab a bucket out of his pocket, but it looks like a cup to him, but it's a huge bucket to you guys, and you see him kind of trying to turn on the spigot, and he's getting water and walking back. Are you guys walking into the station or trying to sneak off?
Yeah, we're gonna go check in.
Okay. As you guys walk into the station, there's a little gnome lady sitting there, and give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Yeah.
9.
9?
16.
19.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Nat 1.
I'm at 7 because I still have -2.
Yeah, you're still -2. And a nat 1 from
17.
Amber?
Amber, that feels fitting though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have waited outside.
Dice tell the story. Okay. You just see as you guys walk up, she just kind of gives you the dirtiest look as you guys
I
are.
got a 19.
I know,
Okay.
but there was enough failure here that it was.
Yeah, we failed pretty hard.
I did it as a group perception.
We failed as a team.
Yes. Succeed
Right?
as a team.
19 to 17, we still fail miserably.
Yes. So, she just kind of gives you guys a dirty look as you walk up, and she's like, "Welcome to Subterra. Anything to declare?"
Ash just shakes his head.
No,
I don't feel
don't
good.
think so.
That is a declaration.
She goes, you hear her mutter under her breath, "Don't look good either." And then just kind of writes down, she's like, "I'm going to need your papers."
What's your problem, lady?
Oh, Jesus.
She goes, "I'm not the one with the problem."
Then why are you being so rude?
I am perfectly straightforward. I have not said anything. I'm not the one that's been sneaking in and out of Subterra without going through proper form and paperwork.
We checked in the last time. Once we found out that we had to check in. We're here now. We're trying to do the right thing. I'd appreciate it if you just do your job and let us through.
Paperwork.
That's another hour we're here.
What paperwork are we supposed to have? We gave him the tickets. We're here. We got business to do. What do you need?
Give me a second. You see her go over and picks up an ancient rotary phone off the wall.
We should take Frankie to the DMV next.
She just hops on it, and you hear her talking in the background like, "That group of people are back here. Blah, 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 blah. What do you mean?" See her hang up, and she comes back, and she just goes, "You're good to go."
Gee, thanks.
Wait, we don't need any papers? What happened to the papers?
You're okay. You're good to go. Apparently.
Vash just tugs on the back of King Gizzard. It's like,
But I'm confused about these papers we were supposed
Let's
to
go.
put.
Let's.
5 minutes
just
into the
let
night.
him drag me
On
I'm
a
gonna
gnome.
turn around and start walking to Zara's.
Damn.
Perfect. So you guys are able to head off on your way, moving through the town with low perception failing. You're like, what the hell was that about? But you're able to easily now make your way through Subterra. The random assortment of houses, some really well done, some just put together with weird pieces of rocks and wood and sheet metal. Some as beautiful as the most beautiful brownstones that you've seen above ground. And they're all just side by side, a mixture. There's no differences between any of this. And also, no, interesting. Everything's like narrow kind of passageways as you move through this. There's definitely never ever been anything like a car here or even like a horse or anything that anybody's written down here. So for that reason, it's always this interesting deal. Like it's just the city is designed for people to walk through, and that's about it. Maybe pull a hand cart or a wheelbarrow through, and that's about it. So as you guys weave through all of this, you come to the familiar spot where it kind of opens up, and you see in the distance this the shop with the striped over, what the heck am I trying to say? Striped cloth banner overhead of whatever deal with the words
Awning.
An
awning.
awning.
That's the word thing.
Oh, holy crap.
I'm like, you see the striped awning
Words are hard.
over the open window with the sign above it and the gold lettered wording, both of it saying on the window and the sign above it, Zara's Oddities. And so with beautiful green door on it, if you guys walk up to it. And so are you
No,
all
walk
going
through
in
the
this
door.
time, or is it just a few of you? 'Cause
Just want to point out I got
Whatever.
kicked out last time. I
But I was about
nothing
to
with
ask,
it.
are we all going in, or is it just the
Vash
three?
looks at King Gizzard and like bumps him and gives him like a nod, because remember he's got a scarf up to here and he's got a baseball cap, and he just like nudges him, smile. Well, as much you can't see him smile, but he just like nods, and all of a sudden he just takes a pair of sunglasses. Boop. It just yep.
Still not a disguise.
I'm walking in
I mean,
to
Right.
Zara's shop.
Yeah, same.
all right. So as you walk in, you see the familiar face of Zara standing there behind the counter. As you look around, it's literally just like I've said before. It's nothing is organized. You've got multiple tables with just piles of clothing and random knickknacks. There's walls that are just filled with the smallest drawers and shelves with random things all in there. She's behind a counter, and behind her are just that apothecary style of just multiple drawers, and all of them about this kind of big. Some of them half a jar, some of them closed, some with labels, some without. And she's just standing there writing down on a piece of paper some stuff, and she kind of looks up and she goes, "Hey, welcome back.
Hi, Zara. Thank you. We missed you.
I missed you too." Well, yeah, I did.
Hey, Zara.
Well, some people I don't miss because I don't remember they exist until they show up. But in your guys' case, I remember that you exist when you're not here, and then I forget that you exist when people show up. But now that you're here, I remember that you do exist, and I remember you existed when nobody was around. So, it's pretty awesome. Good to see you.
And you too.
Were you
That
guys...
sounds exhausting.
Yeah, that's why I don't recommend anybody do as many magical NDAs as I have. It's not fun. You know, you remember everything when nobody's around, and I remember the feeling that that's sad for me sometimes. But it's nice when people show up, because then I only remember what has to do with those people when they show up. So it's really great to have visitors. So it's good. So, what can I do for you? Or did you guys come back for the scrying sphere? Did you guys need did you guys get me the aardvark? Do you have an aardvark for me?
Well, we definitely came back for the scrying ball.
Okay. Well, that I have for you. I can get that here in a second. But what else did you find the gems? What's the next step here?
So
Ooh, we got gems.
I don't think that we're gonna need a copy of the Eternus anymore.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I was looking forward to making another one of those. Like, I remember making one before, but I don't remember a whole lot more beyond that of it. But that'd be awesome to have one that maybe I remember with you guys what it's going on with it. But be cool. So let me go get that scrying sphere for you real quick. And she turns around and heads into the back of the shop. You just hear clinkering, things moving around, boxes. You hear all of a sudden just a huge crash, and she goes. You just hear in the background, "Oh shit! I'm okay. Don't worry."
I'm gonna go out to Vash really quick.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. So I know we got all the stuff for an aardvark.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to put one together for Zara?
Probably not too long. I think we have everything that I need. I just need a little bit of scrap metal and maybe a couple pieces of wood, some cloth. I could probably put something together fairly quickly.
Can you do that?
Yeah, again, I need a gem of some sort, something, preferably, since it's an aardvark, probably like an emerald, if possible.
Okay.
Or, yeah, that would probably do it.
I'm gonna run back into the shop real quick and ask Amber for one of our emeralds.
Wait a second, am I still outside? Why me?
Did you stay outside? I thought you did.
I probably did
I
because
thought you
I would.
did
I thought you would.
That's where we put
Yeah.
Vash. He goes in a box. He sits outside. It's great. Yeah, it's cool.
I
Just hanging out
figured we were
outside.
both out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, doing the poor panhandling thing. I can't take my
Yeah.
hat off now, though.
Also,
Yeah,
I
that's
need,
what I'm for. Well, you used your backpack last time anyway.
No.
I need a memory check.
Okay.
I thought, did she make the original Codex Eternus? Or
Yeah.
is that a copy of
Yes.
it? Okay, thank you.
That's
She
why
made the
she was telling
original.
you she could make another one if
Yeah.
you guys
she-
got her the components to do so.
Just a blank one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna flip you a emerald like it's a quarter and
Just throwing emeralds out there like boss status.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Help yourself.
And then I'm gonna go run it back out to Vash and here, will this work?
Yeah, that'll work. Let me
What
go
else
find
did you need, Vash?
anything really, scrap metal, wood, cloth, preferably anything along
What
those
kind of
lines.
cloth do you need?
Yes, anything really.
How much?
How big of an aardvark am I making?
I mean, make it useful for her so it'll help her around the shop and stuff.
Well, how would an aardvark be useful in
Well,
a
she
shop?
wouldn't have to forget it.
Oh, okay. Sure. So Vash kind of like
Muted
You
yourself.
muted yourself.
So Vash starts digging in the back of a trash can somewhere and just like starts trying to find anything that he can. He sees a pallet and he kind of like breaks the pallet off and pulls a couple pieces and parts off and you just see him like measuring things out with his hands just like. So, and Vash literally just goes, yeah, just give me, I probably need like 30 minutes. And then I can get it done pretty quickly.
Vash, did you find cloth or no?
Nothing for cloth yet. I can use this a little bit. Of
He's
this.
gonna rip the bottom of his shirt and just rip all the way around to the point where he's just wearing like a belly shirt now and hand him
Crop
the
tops.
Crop
shirt.
top. I need to have like some 80s music for this to just quickly hop into that.
Vash just
I
takes
was
it and he
thinking
goes-
like final countdown.
Vash is like, wow,
That
you
works.
look like a character I watched on a cartoon recently. His name was Gambit. It was on X-Men. It's pretty cool. So let me just take this over here really quick. So then Vash just sits down and he just starts tinkering away and just very focused. And you just see his hands rapidly moving. Kind of like, so when he does this, what happens is it looks like he's doing a Rubik's Cube, but there's nothing in place but pieces. So in a Rubik's Cube, you got the cube and then you're like figuring it out. he is doing it, and pieces are slowly going into place as he's doing it. So it's magically coming together into a Rubik's Cube, but he's formulating it while he's doing it. And you're seeing his hands spread apart as it slowly becomes this tiny little animal.
I'm gonna go ahead and head back into the shop with the girls.
As you're coming back in, you see Zara come out, and she has this kind of bag, this velvet bag that's circular, and think scrying ball for this. It's probably like this big. It's about the size of like a cue ball inside of there. So she comes out and sits it down on the table, and she goes, "All right, so one, Amber, how's that bag holding up?"
It's doing its job. Bag is bagging.
I love it. I'm just so glad that we got that worked out for you. All right, now,
Yeah.
has anybody scried before? Great. As the DM is also realizing, like, I need to.
Has the DM scried before?
The DM has not. And he read it, but it was back like 5 sessions ago whenever we were talking about this, and I was expecting you guys to maybe come back in the same session, and now I'm like going like, oh, wait a second.
Have you met us? No.
I know. Like, all right. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here and go here and say item and go ball of scrying. All right. This way I can give you guys the stuff after this. And so thank you. Tonight's episode of Legends in the Making is brought to you by Ask Codex AI. The only AI that allows me to make a ball of scrying on the fly. All right. So it is a yes. So with this, it will hold an explanation of the scrying spell. That way I can go from there. So as she pulls it out, you see this completely black polished sphere. So it looks like a beautiful 8-ball without the 8 on it anywhere, or the white spot. So it's just there. And if you look closely, you can actually see like just dark amber like lines moving through it. So you can kind of see here or there those elements of the fact that this was a natural, like a horn of a manticore at some point. So you can kind of see all that. So which she looks in and goes, okay, so you can only use this once a day. Do you understand that? And once you use it for that time during the day, then you're going to have to wait another 24 hours for it to charge in that moment. Now, using this is not a guarantee. So this is just the same as if you were casting a spell of scrying. The only thing with this is all the magic is innate inside of it. So by using this, it's not going to wear out on your own innate magical abilities. So it's going to keep you fresh while still being able to do a very high level scrying spell in essence. Now, nobody here has done any kind of scrying before. Okay, so here's how this works. What you're going to do is you're going to be able to focus through this on a particular creature of your choosing. But the thing is, that creature has to be on the same plane of existence. So you can't think back over to Faerun or to any of the other, like, you can't like think of a god and watch a god take a dump somewhere. Like, it's just not going to work. So you need to be focusing on something that's probably here on Erda or somewhere around New York City is going to be helpful with it. So the thing is, if it's something that you are really familiar with, or something that you just have a general idea that it exists, you maybe know the name, but you've never met the person, the creature, or anything like that, it's going to be harder to scry on them. If you have direct interaction with that person before and you've met them, then it's kind of okay. But if it's somebody you know really well and have talked to on multiple occasions, then it becomes really easy at that point to scry on them. So just know that if you have those kind of connections, the more you're connected to them, the easier it is to scry on them. And then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to successfully in that moment, you're going to be able to see and hear what's happening in the area around that creature or person. Do we have any questions?
Will they know?
Some can, some don't. I'd say most don't, but sometimes they do. It just depends. I was gonna say, it takes a pretty powerful person to realize they're being scryed on.
Is there anything to do to help protect against that? If we were to scry on somebody who might be powerful-ish?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly haven't scryed that much myself. This is actually my first time I've been doing did a scrying sphere, which I was really well. At least I think it's the first time I've done a scrying sphere. As far as I know, I've never scryed on somebody. Let's just put it that way. So I don't know. I'm not much help on that. You might need to find somebody else who's scryed before, and they could help you with that and answer that question. But as far as I'm concerned, I've never scryed on somebody as far as I know. I always have to put as far as I know on things, because there's things I don't know right now, but that I do know. All right. So any other questions on this? And so you don't need another copy. You don't even want a small version of the Codex Eternus? Okay. A pocket-sized edition that you can carry around and forget about stuff?
How long does it take to make it?
Oh, it's going to take like 2 weeks. Nothing long.
Just a second. I'm going to turn to the gals and just be like, hey, I don't think it would be a bad thing to have one as a backup, just in case things go sideways and we don't.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we may as well just get one made, and then if we need it, it's here, and if not, then
Just gonna start flipping gems over to you.
I'm gonna go outside and check on Vash.
Is Amber okay, Coley?
Drugs.
Amber's great.
I'm feeling her best.
I've recovered from the vom.
You rallied. You're ready to go again.
Yeah, we're in round 2. Let's go.
Okay. So Frankie, you head back out to talk to Vash?
Yeah.
Okay.
We say has it been about 30 minutes, we could say?
Yeah, ish. You're probably on the last 5 minutes of it. Just because I don't want to roleplay 30 minutes of you interacting with Zara.
So these finishes up and he knocks it out, and you see a creature in his hands. And it's a small little grayish animal, the aardvark. All you see is once he's done flipping it over, he just sets it down and he just claps really quick, and the thing wakes up. And then you see this tiny little cyberpunk style aardvark, who's a very little cute face. It looks adorable and is ready to just kind of like starts hopping around a little bit.
Gosh.
And thanks, generative AI. It's my favorite thing in the world. It literally will make all of my homunculus going forward.
I was gonna say, let me get this open up in a window I can share with everybody else.
So you see it kind of
damn
like
cute.
start trotting around, and like, it's very excited to be technically alive. So Vash kind of looks at it and goes, okay, so I'm going to give you to Frankie, but she's not gonna
Vash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just go in and introduce Zara to her new friend?
I thought we weren't telling anybody that I was alive.
We'll have her sign another NDA.
What's another?
What do you?
Yeah.
We signed an NDA. I didn't sign an NDA.
Why do you think you have to sit outside?
To keep Gizzard company. I thought I was a girls
because
only
you
thing.
didn't sign the NDA.
Well, yeah,
I don't need to know anything. Just do what we need to do.
Okay, so he picks up the small creature and kind of like just follows Frankie into the store. and just walks behind her.
Hey Zara, can we get another NDA?
An NDA? Oh, well, I guess. What was it this time?
It's for your present.
What? Let's do this. I still have the other one. I think we could add a line to it. Do we just want to make like a blanket NDA? Magical NDA? So like anytime we're doing stuff, it's just locked in around us?
I love that.
It seems like you guys are going to... I hope you guys are coming back here more. So it just covers all that situation with us.
That sounds great.
The only thing is, it just makes it sad because then I can't tell other people about how awesome you guys are. But I'm perfectly fine with that if that's what you want.
We know we're awesome, and that's all we need.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll go get our NDA so we can modify it. She heads into the back again. You hear rustling, clanking, things moving around, boxes tossed over on top of another box.
Vash taps Frankie on the shoulder. Shouldn't we have Gizzard sign it too then?
Sure. I thought he followed us into the shop.
No, I stayed outside, and I'm good staying outside.
Okay.
She comes
I
back.
think that's good.
She has the piece of paper. She rolls it out and she goes, okay, so we're wanting to add, so I'm just adding anything interacting with you, Coley, and Amber to this, right? That's how that works?
We're going to add another person to it, too.
Okay. Is this your friend here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who is this? I was going to say, has she met Vash before? I think Vash has stayed out the entire time.
Yeah.
This has happened every time.
Pretty much.
No. You interacted with her around it last time. Yes.
Yes, I did go in briefly. So he just kind of lowers down the scarf and takes off the glasses.
Yeah.
And goes, it's me, Vash.
Oh, it's you, Vash.
Love it.
I was going to say, roll an insight check, Vash. I'm just kind of curious.
Hello.
No.
13 minus 2, so 11.
Yeah, you caught that she was totally being sarcastic with
Sarcastic.
she knew it was you the whole time. She was just kind of playing with you.
Felt that in my soul.
I was hoping that her deception was a little bit higher than your insight, but she rolled low, so it was
Thank God.
that one. So
I'm just going to look at Vash and just be like, I told you that wasn't a good disguise.
Okay, we got to fix it then. We'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, okay, so we're adding Vash to this. She writes in Vash on this, and then she goes, okay, and I'm going to add a line here about in perpetuity. Yeah, okay. I hate to ask, but can I get a gold piece for this?
Sure. I'm just going to flip her a gold piece.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Puts it in the pocket. She goes, okay, we're good. Okay, Vash, I need you to sign here.
He signs.
Okay, perfect. All right, Frankie, Amber, Coley, I'm going to need you guys to initial here, and then initial here, and finally initial here as well. Okay, perfect. I think that covers everybody at this point. And I'm trying to remember, King Gizzard, did he sign the last one or not?
Mm-mm.
No. So she just kind of goes, she's like, okay, so...
Does he sit outside?
I thought he did, and it was only Vash who didn't.
Yeah, I think it was only Vash was the only one that didn't last time.
I'm the only one that didn't sign last time because I couldn't because of Dick.
And she goes, okay, is that King Gizzard outside? Can he come in and sign this real quick? Or do you want to take it out? I guess I could go out and get him to sign it really quickly if that's okay. And so she just heads out and she opens up the door and she's like, Hey, King Gizzard, can I get you to sign this really quickly? I just need to modify it. The girls want to make a blanket contract with me kind of deal. So we got an umbrella. I just need your initial here, and okay, and that works. Okay, cool. All right, thank you very much. Okay, cool. And then she comes back in and she kind of looks at it and she's like, just wait for the ink to dry really quickly, and then, oh, yep, that took effect. Okay, we're good now. All right. Put in there, and you see her kind of just fold it up and just pulls open a drawer, random drawer, shoves it in the door, and closes it behind her. So, all right.
Perfect. So now that it's all settled, Vash.
She's like, "What's the tea?" Like,
So Bash turns around and holds up the very excitable aardvark, and he goes, "This is going to be your new owner. I'm not sure how you can help her, but it would be really good if you could let her remember you." And he just kind of hands it over to her.
that's awesome. And she goes, and you just hear this, like, she has a pretty low key, kind of excited voice at times, but then you just hear this squeal, this high pitch, like, little. She's like, I love him so much. He's my squishy, and I will love him forever. Wait a second. Are you a him? Are you a they? Are you a she? She's like holding you and holding it and turning it upside down, looking over all the deal. She kind of looks at you, Vash, and goes, "What's its name?"
Whatever you would like to name it. I usually don't name most of them unless I keep them.
I shall call you Bartholomew Gingersnap.
Checks out. Valid. Canon.
She's just hugging him. He's going to be the bestest friend ever. Okay, so it's alive at this point and moving and
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
right?
it's very much alive and wiggly. Yes.
Okay. Oh my
Vash,
gosh.
do you want to let her know how to care for them?
Yes,
The
Vash.
only
How
thing-
do I care for Bartholomew Gingersnap? Mr. Snap needs to be taken care of properly.
Really, the only thing you need to do is usually once or twice a week is to leave out some water for him. It.
Okay. Distilled, sparkling, mineral.
I found that they normally will tell you what they like once you give them the first one.
What do you like, Mr. Bartholomew Gingersnap the Third?
I would nothing carbonated. That would probably not be a very.
Yeah, we
good.
don't want our baby to be gassy now, do we?
Bash is just like staring, just very confused about the interaction that's happening right now. Just like.
By the way, this is the perfect opportunity. I have a dice that, like, when I roll it, it shows emotions. So
Amazing.
I rolled it to determine what emotion Bartholomew is feeling at this moment. So if anybody wants to roll for insight on that, that is available in the moment.
Everybody, all the women are like, "What's he doing?"
16.
15.
All right. One more over 14 and I'll give it to you.
Not you, Bash.
Okay, thank you.
18.
Perfect. As you guys realize this, okay, I'll show you guys down here really quick. I can't tell if you can see what that is.
Why is he sad?
I don't know, but that's what the dice said, that Bartholomew. So you just see Bartholomew Gingersnap just kind of look over at you, Vash, and you just see one little glistening drop of steam kind of fall down his eye as he
Bash just goes.
and he looks back at her, and for those that rolled over it, you're realizing, like, from the outside of this, it's a that's a saddie face, isn't it? That Bartholomew is kind of like maybe might have attached to Vash for a little bit before getting a chance to be attached to Zara in the moment. So
Aw.
Will he come around?
maybe.
Listen, y'all are just good handing out my homunculi. You gotta deal with the consequences.
You agreed to this. You said you would do this.
I am a
You
robot.
made a squirrel,
I
and
am a
he
robot.
didn't have this issue.
He had a job. This one is getting squished. That's a whole different thing.
He has
That's
a
a
job,
job.
too.
No, this is not a job.
Sure
What
it
if-
is. Ask my dog.
He also has a tear in his eye
At all times.
at all times.
At all times.
I know.
Always on the brink of tears.
So
So
she takes Bartholomew and she goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna set you down now." She just puts him over to the side and goes, "Okay." And now, is he house trained? Do I have to worry about, like, am I gonna have to send out newspapers? I'm perfectly fine with that. I got enough paper here. I can lay it out everywhere.
They're usually good about cleaning up after themselves.
Okay. Well, and you mentioned that too. Like, is Mr. Gingersnap going to be good at organizing the place, or do I need to, like, am I going to have to train him on how to do that? Because I'm not good at training anything.
1 second. So Vash kind of like leans down to Ginger Snap and just goes, She wants you to keep the place clean. I think you can do that. Can you do that?
In that moment, you just see a small smile
Yep.
form on Bartholomew Gingersnap the Third face. As here's for the
Has a job now.
Yep.
he has a job now.
He has a job now. Yeah, so he's happy now.
He has purpose.
So Vash looks up at Zara and goes, "Yeah, he says he can do that, so you should be fine."
And she
It
goes,
says that.
"We're gonna be the best of friends."
No
Now,
sad face.
how do I gotta ask this because I gotta protect things and stuff. How does his memory work? And can I don't think it doesn't seem like he can talk. Can he talk?
No.
Okay, can somebody steal his memories?
Well, right now he doesn't have any, so not much to steal there.
But when he has them, can they?
Do people come to steal your memories often?
No, it's more of I need to know if I need to enchant him or not.
Oh, I've never had anybody ask me that.
Okay.
I'm sure you can. He's just made of material.
All right. Well, then that'll work then. I needed to make sure I want to make sure that I can talk with him, you know?
Sure. Yeah. That would be a good idea. But yeah, no, I think I've never seen anyone enchant one of my homunculi. So definitely something I would give a shot. I'd be curious to see. Hopefully I can come back one day and ask you how it's going.
I would love for you to come back. And then, you know.
Sure. That'd be great.
You can see how well he's doing here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Frankie and Vash, Coley and Amber, and thank you, Gizzard!
So, Zara, a couple of things. Number one, we were wondering if we might have been a little hasty and we would like to make a copy of the Codex Eternus after all.
Okay.
Or at least have one ordered. And then, do you have any better disguises around for Vash?
Oh. Let me think about that real quick.
Someone is thinking right now, hell yes, thank you, God.
No. Play.
There we go. She just goes, I have the perfect thing. I have a hat of disguise. I made for somebody, I don't know who, but they've never come back for it. I think it's been here for at least, a good year or so. So, I think, let me go see if I can find it real quick. And you see her walking over to one of the table, throwing some clothes off, moving a few items, goes over another table, goes over to one of the shelves, kind of poking around, pulls off a hat that's there. She puts it on and goes, "That's not it." Okay. And walks over to like another place she's grabbing. And all of a sudden she pulls out.
You told me it's a sombrero.
Oh God, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like just a huge sombrero.
Yeah, no, she pulls it out of, like, she pulls a small drawer open and reaches her whole arm in, and you see her kind of reaching around inside of it, of the small drawer, and then just pulls out this huge, just red sombrero with a yellow band around it, with just the lines up and down it kind of across it. And just for the hell of it, the sombrero also has like this big pink feather coming out of the side of it as well. And she goes, "There it is." So here you go. Of course it will change into whatever you want afterwards, but this is kind of the form that it was in. So I do have this. Now I'll give it to you for a discount, because like I said, I made it for somebody before and they never came back for it, so it's extra stock that's sitting around. But let me go back real quick and look at my ledger and see how much I charge for this, just based upon work and everything on this. So yeah, she types into her computer, trying to bring up it's working really slow on the black and green CRT. This Price is brought to you by AskCodex.ai.
Amazing.
Plug.
Yes.
Plug.
Right.
She goes, okay, normally full cost on this is going to be around 100 gold pieces, but for you guys, I'd give it to you for 50.
Amber. Hey, lady.
Somebody asked
I
the
don't
bank.
have that much. Oh wait, can I just talk? Like, how much would that be in gems? 'Cause they don't have that much gold, but I got
well,
gems.
I think I gave
You
you
have gold.
the
You stole it off
equivalent.
of someone.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I didn't write that down. I can look that up.
I know
But
you have
I
I can go back and look it
will,
up too, but you guys have enough.
I'll
You can-
just note to take 50 out of that,
Okay.
and I will give
Amber,
that 50.
Amber in her ledger. She's, excuse me. That's
Yeah.
4 gems, 50 gold minus.
Do you happen to have a piece of ivory?
Maybe? What are you
You-
wanting it for?
Just a little project.
Okay. Let me see what I got. How big of a piece of ivory?
If you had like a 4-inch by 4-inch cube kind of size.
Well, typically they don't come in cubes, but let me see what I can do.
You know.
They're more
Yeah.
cylindrical in most cases. Now, are we looking for magical ivory, or are you just looking for common ivory?
Actually, magical ivory would be nice.
Okay. Let me see what I got. She goes in the back and she's like looking around, kind of digging through stuff, and she comes back and she's like, I don't really have any magical ivory. Let me see if I got any non-magical ivory. And she comes back and she goes,
Shit.
yeah. She goes, okay.
Amber, I counted. I wrote your gold down. You have 2,000 gold.
You'll be all right.
Cool.
I like that Coley can't remember that Vash signed a contract, but she's like, I got your money.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know your money.
She comes back and she goes, she's like, I don't have like just pure like a horn or anything anymore, but what I do have is I have this, and she holds up a white cue ball, and she's like, this is an old cue ball from a pool set that's made out of ivory, if that would
I'll
work.
take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have it. I feel wrong about having it in the first place. Like, it just feels wrong to have something like that, but
Why?
well, you know how they get it, right? Or at least they
Oh
used
yeah,
to.
because it's ivory. Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I just don't feel right having that, so.
I'll make sure it is redeemed a little bit.
Now, do you need any enchanting done on that? Because that's my thing.
What's like a handy enchantment you would suggest?
I don't know. I guess not knowing what the final form is, because I normally try to, like, at least make it in there, but, I mean, do you want something useful or funny?
Useful.
Off the top of my head, I could just make it where if you rub it, it smells really good. Makes the area around you just smell fresh and clean.
I'm not sure when that would be useful.
And she just kind of looks side-eyed out at, like, King Gizzard. She's like, I could think of some times, maybe. Around some people, you know, it's like, I mean, you've ridden the trolley here. It doesn't necessarily smell the greatest. It's just a good time to just freshen up the air. Who knows?
Is there any way you could enchant it to be lucky?
Now that would take some time and effort. But yeah, I could do that.
How much time?
How lucky.
You know, I don't know.
Like, are you wanting it
good
to be
amount
just
of
like
luck.
Like, are you wanting it to be like a constant or just a one and done kind of thing?
Could we get like 5 uses out of it? 5 and done?
Do you already have something like this in the shop?
No, I'm just making stuff as I go. That's what I do. That's kind of it. It's more of a it like you have it and then it wears off kind of a thing. So
Okay.
like in essence, I can imbue it and then you decide to like activate it and then it would wear off. So I could have it where it kind of works for 5 days once you activate it, or I could have it where it's one time, or I could have it where once you activate it, it's forever. And of course, the price range is varying in that range. So I would say if you just want it one time, that'd probably be about, I'd say 500 gold.
Okay.
And I mean, I'd take that in gold or gems. It's more of the gems that I'm using to then crush and put the magic in there and cover all that kind of cost of it. And then, of course, going up from there, you know, each day in essence will increase from there up to maybe roughly about a year. If you can enchant something for a year, it tends to stay forever for the most part.
Okay. All right. I think for now I'm just gonna take the cue ball.
Okay.
And I'll think on it. And you were very helpful. Thank you very much.
Anytime. It's my pleasure.
I'm just gonna start hiccuping uncontrollably.
Okay. She's like, oh no. Ginger snap, watch out. All right.
Poor hard bark.
And as to the could you tell us a little bit more about the hat of disguise and then the terms again for the Eternus Codex?
Yeah, so the hat of disguise, you can, while you're wearing this hat, basically you can disguise yourself with it. But the only problem is if the hat gets taken off, the disguise drops. So you have to make sure it. Now, you have to do, if you put it on and are disguising yourself, you can't make yourself like, it's not like it's going to change your abilities or anything like that. It just means to the average person out there, somebody without the ability to see past invisibility, you know, somebody that just doesn't have extra, you pass for whatever you're looking at. But anybody that could actually see past, like, you know, like somebody told me once that like dragons, like they can see invisible people, they can see, like, people just can't sneak up on them and stuff. This would not work on the dragon, just so you know. But it would work in general across the board. You know, cameras, stuff like that, it's going to come across that way. So as long as you're wearing it, you can disguise yourself as whatever you want to be. You can't make yourself smaller or larger either, so it's got to be the same size. So whoever's wearing it, if you know you're really short, you can't suddenly be, you know, a 7-foot basketball player or something like that. But yeah.
And you just will it like with your mind what you want it to look like, or does it just kind of suit?
Yeah, the way you will most magic, working with the weave. So it's just kind of an interaction with that. It doesn't require any special words or anything like that.
Awesome. And there's no downsides to the person who wears it?
Other than if they don't disguise them, that thing looks hideous.
Okay. I'm going to hand the hat and just be like, maybe we should try this.
Okay. So Bash takes his hat off and puts the sombrero with the big gigantic feather coming out of it on top of his head. And first he wills it, and it thinks, and it shrinks down to just a normal baseball cap. And that's it.
Bash, honey.
You're on mute.
Bash, honey. You gotta look like...
Still muted.
Haha, it's not picking up her mic. Oh, it's
Because I
up.
had it up.
Amazing. Brilliant.
Bash, baby, you can't look like you.
Oh, what should I look like?
How
An
how
aardvark.
different in size is Vash from Dick?
Not
Really?
not that much of a difference.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll save that for
no.
later.
I
Oh my
like this path.
God.
This backfired, Greg. This you've done this. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, no way we're gonna go that route. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, we are.
Hey, we're not
In the
going.
meantime,
Now
in
I've
the
got
meantime,
now I've got two people that can change their identities and myself that I have to keep up with all these pictures for the stream. It's gonna be so much fun.
in the meantime, who's somebody that Vash, like, do you have any friends that you can think of off the top of your head that you could look like
you
besides
guys.
us?
oh,
How about the cook at Wohop?
the big burly thing?
It's a dragonborn.
It is a dragonborn. Or a gut racker.
Look like Clark.
But like Clark, yeah.
Just pick one.
Or you
Just
could just
pick
look
one.
like an average dude.
Joe?
Joe off the street.
I don't know that Vash has that kind of imagination.
Nope. Not at all.
I'm just trying to give him somebody, like, even if he just barely mimics them, it's
Close
gonna be
to
better
it.
than.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Frankie's gonna pull out her phone and go onto Tinder and just like him, look like him.
Okay. What does him look like?
Him looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
Him looks like one of the
Dude,
guys
bro.
from the Jersey
Dude,
Shore.
bro.
It looks like somebody from Jersey Shore. So
Yeah.
what I'm transforming into is a spiky-headed young individual, probably wearing very tight board shorts, and along with a
Ed Hardy.
an Ed Hardy shirt. I'm literally like a walking target.
Bedazzled
Good
pants.
I just want to see that you can do it. I'm not saying you have to stay like this.
I
but,
will
like,
myself into the Jersey Shore.
I love it. Everything in me wishes it was so easy and I had something lined up to be able to change that to your picture.
So glad that
right
you
now.
don't. So glad that you don't.
I could turn you back into a box real quick if I wanted to, but that'd be about
I
it.
mean, yeah.
I just really hope that next week Vash's profile picture has a sombrero on it.
Oh no.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, okay. All right.
With the
So
hair hoodie.
No.
I turn into the Tinder date.
And then I'm gonna look at you and go, no. And I'm gonna swipe again until I find just like an average looking dude. He's just got like a t-shirt and jeans on. Very nondescript. White guy, brownish hair, brown eyes.
Wow.
Very nondescript.
I will myself to be this nondescript John Doe.
Awesome. So as you do that, you hear Zara go, now just remember, the disguise only lasts for an hour. And then you have to recast it.
Okay.
Can you set a timer in your watch, Dash?
Yeah, hold on. And that's for an hour. That's Joe Schmo.
And he just has to take it off and then put it back on for it to reset.
Just
yeah,
have to
most
turn it
of
off
the
and turn
time.
it back on again. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine. I honestly, I've never really used it that much, but if in my mind, yeah, you take it off, might take like a few minutes for it to kind of cool down and recharge, kind of a thing. So, I would say at most you're gonna have to wait like 10-15 minutes for it to cool down before you can start it back up again.
Okay, so but if he puts it on, does that start the timer running on it?
Yeah,
Or
it's
if,
like
if he takes it off again, will it stop the timer and then recharge itself?
yeah, think of it like heating something up on the oven, and while you have it on the burner, it's warming up, and then the second you take it off, it cools off, and you put it back on. So that's kind of what it is. It's just as it's on and it's in its disguise phase, it's pulling from the weave in that moment. I mean, we could get very technical in the moment of what's going on here about how it's pulling from the weave and enchanting with that, but it's also because it's a physical item. Enchanting is such an amazing fun thing. I mean, if you ever want to learn, I can definitely give you some courses.
We will keep that in mind. But
Okay.
in the meantime, Vash, I think maybe you should take that off until it's time for us to leave.
Okay. Vash takes the hat off and puts his other ball cap back on. And is now
Are you
holding this
holding a giant sombrero now,
Yep.
or are you okay?
It's a gigantic sombrero.
Love it. Gigantic red sombrero. Like,
Okay, so the Eternus Codex.
yes.
What did we need to pay for it again?
Well, you brought me an aardvark. So we're good. I'll take care of it.
Great. So you'll just be in touch when it's ready?
Yeah. I mean, if you just come back in 2 weeks, I'll have it ready by then. It should be.
Okay. Okay, we're doing the large size, right? Like the actual replica.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do an actual replica.
Okay. Should take about 2 weeks. It's about the same amount of time to do a small one or a big one. So, it
Okay.
just...
Do you have any little trinkets?
She, like, looks around like, are we in the same building? Because, of course, there's just trinkets freaking everywhere of all kinds.
Yeah, so I just, maybe the...
It's Zara's House of Oddities, man.
I
Like,
know,
anything that you could think of has a chance of being here.
And there's a, bowl that's just kind of full of them, and kind of pick up a scoop of them and just be like, I need some more charmers for Henry. So, do you have anything that you know of that he's been missing lately, or anything along those lines?
She goes, Henry, he likes anything. Here's the thing. If you see the trinkets and stuff, you notice he only asks for trinkets from people he likes. So it's less about the trinket and more about the memory of the people for him. So that's really what he's into. So yeah, I mean, anything you go from there, because I mean, you've seen on his trinket chain, he's got like broken watches, rabbit's foot. He has the hubcap from a car on it. So he just whatever somebody gives him, he likes it. It's more about the fact of like he likes to show it off. It's like a charm bracelet for him. Each one of them has a memory of who's behind it.
So how much for these trinkets?
She looks down, and in your hand is a small polished stone, just a miniature silver key, a dried flower preserved like in glass, just like a glass bauble kind of thing, and a tiny compass that actually is pointing north. It really works, which is kind of interesting in the oddities place. And then a broken pocket watch. And she goes, for those, I mean, couple silver? Typically that's like what I use is those for enchanting, and those are all not enchanted. So I keep all these things so in case somebody needs something to be enchanted, I always have it available. So that's kind of what all those are.
Okay, Amber, why don't you give her one more gold, and then yeah, and then
silver.
we'll just put the rest on credit for the next time that we come in.
Okay, that's perfect. Anytime.
So,
Amber?
I tossed it,
Oh, okay.
making it rain heavy metal coins.
Everywhere. Ching, 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 ching.
Yeah. Someone will lose an eye before this is over.
Perfect.
Run, Bartholomew!
Run! All right. Anything else you guys need from Zara? Anything else I can do for you?
No.
I'm gonna kind of hang back for a second after everybody else filters out of the shop.
Okay.
Well,
Mosey.
can I ask questions first? Seeing as I've been sitting out minding my own business watching people.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. What do you?
Well, I've been sitting outside. Have I seen anything or noticed anything or
I would
just
say
watching the people?
where Zara is a little bit off the beaten path kind of a thing. So it's not like a main thoroughfare to get to her house, or to her shop, I would say. But yeah, there are people coming by every now and then. But most of them, as you can tell, it's kind of gotten later into the afternoon at this point. And so if they were off doing work or something like that, you can tell most of them are kind of heading back home. Um, Roll for me a perception, or if you're active, investigation, whichever one works for you on that kind of deal.
15.
Perfect. As everybody is coming by, you notice that they're super friendly. They're kind of tapping, kind of nodding of the head to you, waving at you. And almost everybody, though, that comes by is what, if you were back like in Faerun, these would be kind of the outcasts of people, the races and the classes. So it's either drow or dark gnomes, drugar. You even see crap, I forgot the name of it as I was about to say. What's the fungus person? So
Myconids.
a Vicodin.
Myconids, not
No.
Mycodin.
You see Vicodin walking by, some Cialis walking by. You also see a couple of what was I trying to say? A couple of bugbears walking by as well, and a couple of goblins as well too. And yeah, most of them just kind of, all of them very nicely just kind of wave, kind of enjoying themselves walking along the street there.
Anyone I recognize from our previous time down here? Or?
Yeah, towards the end of it, the gnome lady that was giving you a hard time at the station, you see her starting to walk by, but as that, all of a sudden it clicks. You know who she is. She's the gnome that on both occasions that you rode on the trolley with Henry, she was on the trolley with you guys. So she's kind of seen you guys come in and out of Subterra both times.
Why is she bitching? Okay. I just wave at her and say hello, and then does the same thing.
So you audibly like, hello, kind of waving at her, and she just kind of, you see her kind of begrudgingly kind of look up and just kind of wave with a half smile, and then just heads on her way.
Okay.
But
All right.
everybody coming by, it's interesting to you, just kind of the mixture of people that are down here as well. Kind of just everybody seeming to get along nicely and living in average. The only other thing that's kind of interesting that we've talked about with all these is all of their clothes are dated. It's all like clothes from like the 80s ish kind of time. Like
Perfect.
just a little bit, just that rural town that is about 10 to 15 years behind everything. Which is funny, me saying from the 80s, that would actually be from the 2000s at this point. So yeah.
So it looks like Footloose. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I'm after she passes by, even with her cold, begrudgingly wave, I'm just gonna turn to Liz on my shoulder and just mutter to him, say, "No, buddy, this might be a good place for us to land."
You feel from Lizard a sense of anger.
Cool.
It's kind of, if a lizard could furrow its brows, he's looking at you with furrowed brows right now.
What are you pissed about? There's not. Where else has anybody been this kind to us? Like anywhere else, we've been spit on, kicked, talked shit about. Like, look what just happened. It's not going to get much better than this, buddy.
He doesn't relent. Just kind of.
Yeah. Be grumpy all you want. We'll see what happens.
Perfect. All right. About that time, Amber, Coley, and Vash step out, and then Frankie, you're staying behind. You said real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna tell Vash to put his hat on when we walk out if he hasn't already put it on.
Before we walk out, Vash would put his hat on.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to look at Vash, not knowing it's Vash, and go, who the fuck are you?
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to
it's-
reset your watch.
Oh yeah. So starts resetting his watch. It's me.
What the?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know. It's a. So he takes it off, and it's just he turns back into Vash, and then he puts it back on, and then he goes back to his watch and resets it for another hour.
Oh, great. Now we got a Bobby Knocker with us. Phenomenal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
What
So-
is up with us in stupid hats? We're disguising.
I love hats.
I love me a hat. All right. Zara's like, what can I do for you, Frankie?
I had an extra question about the scrying ball.
Okay.
So I know you said that it really only works on people that you know or that you've met.
Yeah.
But what about people that you've only met in your dreams?
Well, it's kind of interesting. So you're dreaming about people you've never met?
Something like that.
Well, you can't scry on somebody that's not you, that's not real. So that's the first thing. So if it's just somebody that's in your dreams that doesn't exist, then
I have a strong feeling that maybe they are real.
okay. I mean, you could, if you think they're real, you could, I mean, with a name it might help, stuff like that. You can always try. But ultimately too, remember, like, if they're not on the same plane of existence as well, then all of a sudden that doesn't work as well with that. So that's kind of your limitation, same plane of existence, and then it's all based upon if they one real, two same plane of existence, and then three it gets more and more difficult based upon how well you know them or don't know them. It's kind of like you're reaching out through the weave and trying to get to an address that if you know the way to get there, it's easier, but if you're just reaching out and don't know what you're trying to grab a hold of, actually, it can be way harder.
If we were bound by blood, would it make it easier?
I don't know. It's worth a try. I mean, I have heard that people that have like a body part or like a lock of hair, a nail or something like that, that it definitely does help in some ways.
Okay. Thanks. I just wanted to see if you could help me out a little bit more. I
Nope.
appreciate you, Sarah.
No problem. Anytime.
And then I'm going to walk out and follow everybody else.
All right. So you're back out in Subterra.
Ready to head topside?
I don't know.
What else do we got to do down here?
Nothing.
Not
We're working
wanna
on the
vomit.
Codus Eternus.
So we have 2 weeks until that's done.
Yeah. So we can go.
But do we want to go visit the gut rackers?
Yeah.
Jay's people? Yeah.
I'm still
So topside?
top side. I'm still in to go see Aurora.
Okay, how about this? Do you-
Dash, I don't know why you're so against going to see Aurora.
I just, now even like Zara said that she's probably going to be able to see through my disguise, so that's probably going to be another person that knows that I'm alive. That's all. Just thinking from a safety perspective. Not worried about babies at all.
Babies?
Yeah, I know. Greg ate it all.
Don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Which one is closer, Aurora or the Gut Rackers? Which one would be able to get to in a shorter amount of time?
Well, right now we're underground, so
But you got to get topside. And
yeah, once
get...
you're topside, you don't know where Rickett is. So you'd have to reach out to Clark and set up the meeting and find out where it is. So you don't know. Coley, roll me a history check with advantage. Just don't roll low.
15.
You know that Aurora's hideout, sanctum, is beneath a Chinese restaurant called the Chinese Tuxedo. So, if you share that with the group, there might be more information to be given for other people.
Okay, I'm going to share that with the group.
Okay. As soon as she says that, you all know, literally, it's on the same block as Wohop, just around on the other side. Like, they share an alleyway.
So just round the outside.
Round the outside. Come on, we need a third person.
Right, yeah.
There we go. Look who's back. Yeah.
All right, Laws. Okay, so back to Woolhop, and then just around the river bend, and we'll go from there.
Cool. So you guys are
Just around the river bend.
around the river bend. You guys get back to the station. Henry is kind of sitting there on the edge of the platform for the station, kind of just swinging his legs back and forth, twiddling his thumbs. Just kind of he's like, "You guys go back? Okay."
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
He goes, "You got tickets?" Big, slow, awkward wink. And he goes,
Same tickets as last time.
and he pulls out the same tickets as last time. He goes, "Oh, look. Got tickets. Thank you." And as he's putting it back in there, you just hear from inside of his pocket going like, "Those are the same tickets you should have been in the river." He goes, "Quiet, Bob. Quiet, Bob."
I love that he has a friend now.
Needed one.
So he gets in, he goes, "Let's go, all board." But as you guys get on the trolley, he realizes that it's facing the wrong way. So as you're on it, he picks the trolley up off the ground, kind of shuffle steps while you guys are all in it, turns it back around, sets it down on the ground, hops into the trolley, and then you see him reach in his pocket and take Bonbon out, and he licks the bottom of Bonbon's vase and just goes, sticks him on top of his hat, and then just and starts winding up in the trolley as it goes out. And Bonbon goes, "Here we go!" As they head off up the deal, slowly working his way up. And yeah, it's about a 2-hour trip back up to the surface, whereas coming down it's only maybe 10 minutes coming downward. So he gets you up to the top, the abandoned city hall station. He stops and he's like, "City Hall, watch step."
Thank you, Henry.
"Thank you, Coley."
Thanks, Hank.
Thank Gizzlers.
That's enough, good buddy.
You good. Aye, nice shirt. Henry wants shirt like that. And you see Henry reach down on his shirt and he pulls it off and turns it into a crop top as well. His big old belly just sticking out underneath it.
Obscene.
I like that. So you guys are able to head on your way over to, before you get there, just making sure, nothing else you guys want to do before you go to Chinese tuxedo.
Just see the baby.
All right.
Chinese tuxedo?
It's literally a restaurant, and it's literally around the corner
Course it
from
is.
Wohop.
Of course it is.
So, as you guys are walking up, you see outside of this, it's very indescript kind of a building, like most of the restaurants are here. If you don't know exists, or if it wasn't from seeing the sign, if the sign was taken off, you would think it's like just any other building, could be anything that's inside of there, but there's just kind of this door. But you see this upright sign, lit up sign that just says tuxedo on it, and the door is underneath it. And it's there's not like windows where you can see in the place or anything. It's just kind of like they're kind of blocked off, maybe with flyers, different things, posters, and then the door is there for you guys to walk in. Who's going in first?
Not Vash.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, send in the gizzard.
So, King Gizzard, as you open up this door, it's right around dinner time right now. It's about 6-7 o'clock at night. It's a bustling restaurant. Booths are filled up, everything there. And as you turn to your left, there's a gentleman standing behind the host counter there, and he just looks at you, and it's this rose gold dragon in a beautiful suit with a rose gold tie and a rose gold pocket square, and he just looks at you and goes, "You got a reservation?"
Did we need one of those?
Look around, dude. There's not like okay, I might be able to figure something out for you, man. How many people in your party?
How many do we got? 5? Does the lizard count?
I mean, we don't really let animals. I'm totally cool with it, dude, but we don't really let animals in here.
All right.
So just don't let anybody see it.
He just scurries underneath the cuff and just kind of sits there. So there's like a bulge
Yeah.
just where a lizard is, but yeah.
Like, legit, man. All right. So you just need a table for 5? Is that what are you okay? Are you help me out, man? I want to do you a solid. Do you want Are you wanting like a full meal, or are you guys just here for drinks? Like, what's going on?
I turn back to the group and I say, hey, are we eating or are we just here to fuck around and talk to people?
Maybe neither of those things. Can you just say that we're here to see
Sure.
no.
So actually, maybe you can help me with this. We're here to see Aurora.
Kick it into gear. Let's go.
You got it, dude. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it, man.
Aurora?
Yeah.
Aurora.
You emphasize the beginning and then just let it flow. It's Aurora.
Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora.
I'm actually practicing now at this point.
Rura.
Yeah. Just gotta hit it hard to it. Well, give me a persuasion check.
Oh,
I'll say with advantage.
Hurry up. Oh dear. 17 on the first. Yeah, I'll take the 18.
18. He goes, okay. He's like looking at the full group, kind of seeing mainly Vash in the group, kind of a thing, is like, okay. Oh wait, Vash, what are you disguised as?
Oh, John Doe, just same exact person that Casey described to me. Like, no creativity whatsoever.
Nondescript white man.
Yep.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage.
So, you're granting me advantage, but I have disadvantage on stealth by default.
Okay, so it's a straight
It
roll.
cancels. It's a straight roll.
Yeah.
-2.
Yeah.
I love Bash.
Don't roll low.
11. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's whatever there's on the dice. It's an 11 because I got a +2. I get a +2, which negates. So an 11.
That's actually pretty decent for you, good buddy.
I will take it.
He kind of looks at Vash a little bit. You see him kind of squint and turn his head a little bit, and he's like, okay. So bro, is it business, pleasure? What can I tell Ma?
Both?
All right. Do you got an appointment?
Nope.
I guess I already asked that before when I said reservation, didn't I?
Kind of, sort of.
Oh shit. Okay. Give me a second, man. I'll be back. There's some space over by the bar. Like there might be like 2 seats. You guys can huddle over there. Just tell them that I sent you over. They'll be cool. They'll give you something to drink. Well, but just give me a
What's your
second.
name, dude?
Chad.
Yeah, you're a Chad. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. I'll be back. So he heads off. You just see him head in the back of the restaurant, disappear for a little bit. And then about 2-3 minutes later, or like actually it's like, I'll say it's about 5-10 minutes later, he comes back. He walks back up to you, King Gizzard, and he goes, who are you guys? Sorry, man, I forgot to ask because I went and talked to Ma, and then she was like, who wants to see me? And I was like, I don't know, they just wanted to see you. They said it was for business and pleasure, and I thought you would know. And then she was like, well, you should at least ask them before. And I was like, well, man, I don't gotta know everything. I'm not as smart as you know that. And she's like, well, you should have been smarter. And I don't know what the hell's going on with this. She never likes. Anyways, so sorry, I'm bringing in family drama of all of this. What?
No.
Can I tell
You're
her
good, bud.
who's coming? Like who's calling on her? Or, like
I'm not sure she's gonna know who we are, but you can let her know that it's King Gizzard and some friends.
King Gizzard?
Back alley brawlers.
Dude, is your name King Gizzard?
Back at, yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
Back
long
Alley
story.
Brawler? Dude, you guys'
Yeah.
names are cool as fuck. That's epic, dude. Awesome. So King Gizzard and the Back Alley Brawlers. Are you guys like a punk band? Are you guys like trying to get a job like playing or something?
What's punk?
I don't know. I don't listen to it. It just sounds like a punk band. It's music. It's a type of music stuff. At least I'm told it is. It's pretty big, I think, before I was born and stuff like that. But I don't listen to it much. I'm more into EDM. Do you like EDM, man? Like it gets me going.
Yeah.
I put that on. I take my pre-workout and I just like hit the gym. It's the best. Which I mean, what do? Dude? You are ripped. You gotta give me your routine, yo. Do you have a trainer?
No.
Okay. Well,
Just whatever trouble I find myself in, really.
I guess that's dope as shit, man.
Practice by experience.
Okay. Shit, I forgot. Who are you guys again? I gotta go tell Ma. Who?
The Back Alley Brawlers.
Back Alley Brawlers. Okay. And then, I think she also want to know, like, what did you guys want more than, like, business pleasure? Like, she wanted some more details or something.
Knowledge.
No.
Picking her brain, essentially.
Picking her brain.
Yeah.
Hey, lady. How you doing?
Oh, here we
Hey.
go.
Am I still inebriated?
Okay.
No, you're better at this point. You're like,
Okay.
you're a little
Not gonna say what I was
hungover,
gonna
but you're
say.
fine. Like you're hungover. You might have a
Wrong.
headache, but nothing that's gonna stop you at any point.
Okay, cool. I was gonna tell her we need a dick appointment, but I feel like that might blow it up. And if we are, if I'm not inebriated, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
But I had to fill y'all in on where I was at.
So, all right. So you just want information. Cool.
Maybe some favors. We'll see where the conversation goes.
All right. All right. Well, okay, bro to bro, dude. Be careful. Sometimes she can be testy. She's in a halfway decent mood right now. I might have made her in a little bit bad mood, but it's okay. I'll cool it over before you guys go talk to her. So, you guys hang out here to get some drinks. Make sure you get some drinks. It's on me. Tell him Chad got it for you. I'll be right back. And turns and just doesn't even finish or say bye, anything, conversation, mid-sentence, almost just turns and walks off as you guys are all standing there. So. All right. Just filling you guys out if you're doing anything with this.
I'm still dying a little bit.
Rolling over in my grave. Can I say that?
Yep.
I think you're there every Sunday for dinner.
Yeah.
No. Stop it.
For those not into the metagame, do we tell them?
Yeah.
Frankie, you get to tell the story because it's your favorite.
Oh my god, it's the best. So in our last campaign, Vash was playing a red dragon wizard named Oberon, and as part of our quest, he had to seduce Aurora, and that seduction resulted in a child, whom we just found out is Chad.
Which, by the way, Oberon Baruch was literally a wizard and was high intelligence, book nerd,
Awkward AF.
awkward as all hell, and this is his offspring. And I was fine. I was like, no, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh, we're just here, and this is the guy that's at the front desk. And then Casey goes, what if this is your son? And I was like, oh god, no. No. And then you go, and then I heard
Greg said it was a rose gold dragon with a rose gold tie. I knew.
I was fine, and I was just like, I was like, maybe there's just no way, maybe everything's rose gold, we don't even know. And then he goes, I was talking to Ma, and I was like, oh no. And I just messaged Casey, and I was like, I hope Oberon is dead, because he'd be rolling over in his grave right now.
How many of your former characters are we gonna run into?
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Like,
there's so
still
many.
one or two more.
It's here's the trick as a DM. Just reuse them because it's so much easier and it ties in, it has nostalgia. It's so easier to just reuse one than to have to create something from scratch. So that's how we run into all this. All right, about that time, as you guys get a sense of like, man, there's got to be a deeper story behind this Chad guy.
Oh yes, clearly he is deep like a kiddie pool. 100%.
What's going on here? All of a sudden, Chad comes back and he's like, all right, come with me. Ma said she would see you, well, what she actually said was, I'm fucking tired of you, Chad, right now. Just bring him down, I'll figure this out myself. But, hey, I got you in. And he starts walking down, following you guys. You go through the back of this restaurant, and you turn, and, he opens up this door, and he goes, just down the stairs. She's at the bottom. You can't get lost, seriously. I gotta get back to work though, man. So you guys have a good night. Don't worry, I got the drinks like I said. And if you want more when we come up, I got you, bro. And he turns and heads off. So, as you descend, and this is where we'll fade out, but as you descend into the basement below the bustling Chinese restaurant, you enter Aurora's chamber. The room is vast and opulent. So think of just like basically the entire footprint of this entire restaurant is into this deep 20-foot high chamber underneath of this restaurant. It is filled with an impressive array of trophies and rare artifacts. There's statues, busts, paintings, and weapons all lining the walls, on pedestals in the middle of the floor, and you can tell it's just showcasing her wealth and power. But as you guys descend the stairs, what truly captures your attention are 9 chromatic dragon heads mounted above a throne on a raised platform on the back side of this chamber. You can see the scales gleaming, and each one of them have fierce expressions that seem, in a way, like those creepy pictures or statues. The eyes just seem to be following you wherever you guys go. And it's in that moment you realize that was the 9 dragons that she took out when she came here. And that is where we will end for the night.
Nice.
Dun dun dun.
Our first dragon.
In a
No.
dungeon.
Yeah. Sounds. Trust me, for Oberon, it was a dungeon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he had fun in his dungeon.
Chad. Can't believe you.
I like
Well played,
Chad.
sir. Well played.
I was just like, what? Like, I came up with the way he looked first, and then I was like, what would make him interesting? I was like, he has to be a Chad. He just has to be a Chad. Like, he can't be as smart as Oberon. Like, it'd just be the opposite of
like
it.
complete polar opposite. And I was like, well played, sir. Well played.
So that is it for tonight. Thank you for everyone watching in all of the streams. We appreciate you all so much. And until next time, on the next episode of
Shadows arcane on the inside. In the heart of